Hey y'all, it's Carmel here, and we are quickly coming up on July 15th, which is the release of our book, Rapid Change for Heart-Centered Women. It is so crazy that I am now an internationally published author. It's been a long road since junior high when I was like, I want to be a writer. and here I am. So how the hell did that happen? Crazy, right? Well, it was one of those things, you know? I have experienced a lot of heartbreak, and I was really curious. And I had a big imagination, and I had some good tools on how to access that imagination. And I went in search of all the information that I could find and people who inspired me, people who had been through traumas and dramas and karmas much more horrific than anything I've ever experienced. And from people who were curious like myself and really made huge transformations in their lives. And those are the people that I went and studied with. They were my inspiration, and they said, if you want to know something, really know it, then you want to learn it so well that you can teach it. And that's what I did. And at first I thought, okay, I've had some crazy health issues. And when I was young, I was bulimic and did a lot of damage to my body and partied pretty hard. So I had problems like autoimmune disorders and things like that. So I studied holistic health to learn how to eat and get my body healthy again so that I could enjoy my life instead of being crippled with arthritis and the pain that I was experiencing in my early 20s from car accidents and being crazy outdoors and being airlifted out of the mountains with broken ankles. And then I also decided, okay, well, what am I going to do with all this information, right? So I studied people who knew how to take their life experience and learn from it. And it's what you call a personal inventory, where you look at your values and you look at your beliefs and you look at what are all those birthday gifts that come so naturally to you. And what is your time bandit? What's taking away joy from your life right now? What can you let go of? Who is supporting you? Who is there just to fix you? And when you take a look at that, things start to really shift. So why in the heck would you want to do that? Well, maybe you're in a position like myself where I had become so stressed out. I was frustrated because I was eating healthy and I knew how to do yoga and I was taking care of my body. And yet when stress happened, and we had the financial enema like so many people and the yard sale. And when that happened, I went right into my stress habits. I was so afraid. I ran into my comfort zone, emotional eating and stress and anxiety and worry and perfectionism and procrastination, all of those things that come up when I am forced to leave my comfort zone. But that's what happened when I hit my head 2 years ago on a stainless steel shelf. I had a traumatic brain injury. And the doctor said, you have to eliminate stress. So I had to finally step up. Before I was kind of dancing in and out, I would do yoga and I knew better and I would eat healthy. But I really had to step it up 24/7 because if I allowed myself to get stressed out or worry, I would come down with the most painful headache that would send me into a sensory overload. And I would literally have to lay on a cold, dark floor for hours in pain with no sound or light or anything. It had to be complete darkness on a cold floor. I would do anything to avoid that. There's a saying that pain pushes until vision pulls. So my husband and I, we sat down, did my own personal inventory one more time, like I had done with my health and I had done with relationships before I met my husband. And we looked at what I could still do with a brain injury, because the job that I was doing before as an educator and outside salesperson was so computer heavy and travel heavy. It was beyond my capability at this point. And we looked at it And the things that I could still do was everything artistic. I could still write. I could still be creative. The wonderful thing about technology is you can transcribe audio and do video vlogs. And we began looking at what I could possibly build towards the future. Now, at this time, I was on what was called brain rest. I was limited. I could not look at any computer screens. And so all these teachers I had studied with in the past, I had all their audios. And I would spend hours just laying down, listening to these audios over and over and over of people that had taught me how to manage my time. People had taught me how to get clear on my vision and my purpose. People taught me how to build businesses and market. And this is what I did. I took the information, I got curious, little bit at a time, just like I was taught by many coaches, just 15 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day. And this is how I slowly came back to being able to use computers again and drive again and things like that. My neurologist basically said, hey, you're on your own. Good luck. Just do a little bit at a time. Don't push it. And it was trial and error. So I would push it too hard and then I would be down for a week or maybe 6 months. It would depend on what it was that I was doing. So the information that I share with you on how to do a heart chakra makeover in the book Rapid Change is truly based on a schedule of where easy does it, tiny steps, really focusing on what it is that you do want more of in your life. And this is how you lay down new neural pathways. And it's very important that you connect the right and left hemispheres to release stress on a cellular level. Quantum science has proven that we can do this. I am living proof that we can do this. I have done this over and over and over, as so many of the women have talked about, also using quantum healing in the work that they do in our book. So how did I become a published author again? Just one step at a time, staying in my heart power, reminding myself and that I want to build it in the atmosphere that I want to sustain it. So every time I would come up with that big to-do list and start glorifying the to-do list, there was, already I would catch it. I'd be like, wow, okay, I want to change this. And the best way to change a neural pathway is you just do a little happy dance. You want to get the whole body moving and celebrating the new habit. And this is how I slowly was able to build back many abilities that at first I had lost temporarily for a few months. So once again, this is possible. You just got to start. All right. I will see you tomorrow at the book launch celebration. Woohoo! Keep on rocking.